It is windy this morning. Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. If you're new, thank you for being here and fishing with me today. Today we are out on the South Chain here in Winter Haven. Have a tournament coming up for the Central Florida Slaynation Trail. It is an open launch. We are meeting over at Lake Ship next week, and then we will have an open launch from there. So right now I just launched from Hartridge, and then from Hartridge I'm pedaling over to Idlewild. Trying to locate some fish over here that are on the offshore grass line. I'm hoping that there's going to be some there. I haven't been here in a little over a year, so we're going to spend some time over on Idlewild, try to figure out some baits that may catch some bigger fish, whether that be chatterbait, swim jig, frog, or a spook. And then also going to try to find an insurance policy that if we're not able to fill a limit with those bigger baits, that we'll be able to fill a limit with maybe a Wacky Rig or a drop shot. So let's go see if we can put a few fish in the boat, and we'll go from there. This water is just high enough where it is sketchy to get some of these taller poles through. Definitely don't want to break off any eyes. Those are my tall poles. All right, next time we're taking them all down. Let's go fishing. All right, we made it over here to the lake. Curious to see how this lake fishes. There's definitely grass still out here, so that's good. Now let's see what they'll bite. Bass busting. It's a good sign. Right now the water depth's about 9 foot. That grass is coming up to about 5 foot. I would think that if they're willing to come up and eat topwater, this spook would call them up. Try the frog for a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can fish a square bill effectively through this grass, because I'm just constantly seeing bait everywhere. If I can't fish this crankbait effectively, I'm going to switch over to a fluke. Yep, I know what I was figuring. Alright, I know I'm going to regret it if I don't at least try it, so you need to tie on a fluke real quick. It seems like the right thing to do right now. Grass is a little thick. Alright, let me tie one on real quick. Perfect fluke. Trying to run this thing a little faster and then kill it, see if I can get a reaction bite. I think something's chasing it. Yep. All right, I think we made the right call. It's a nice one to start the morning off. All right. We're gonna need a lot more like that. And also, we're gonna need probably 2 that are a little bit bigger than that. Let's see. Not even close to 15. 14 and a half. Yeah, that's the minimum size that we're gonna need for the tournament. But hey, it's a pretty fish to start off the morning, right? Nice solid keeper. Is that sun starting to peak up? All right, thank you for getting the skunk out of the boat, buddy. Hopefully I'll see you next week. And your big brother. So I ran that right off the pepper grass. Then I saw a boil behind that fluke. That's how I knew that something was chasing it. I killed it for a second, came up and grabbed it. I would like to get one more fish off of this pepper grass line with this fluke and move on, try to find a different technique. Hopefully shad stick around for another week. I want to make one more quick run through with this fluke, and then may try to speed worm a little bit as well. Also seems like a good area to try to throw a speed worm. Try this fluke a little more here. So I looked ahead for the weather next week, and the wind is supposed to be blowing out of the north, so that's good. We do kind of have a hurricane coming next week, so there is that. It's always important whenever you're pre-fishing to look ahead and kind of fish into the next week and prepare for how the wind's going to be blowing, sky conditions. It's going to be darker for sure. It looks like there's going to be some heavy cloud cover on next Saturday. So It's always important to make sure that you know what the next week looks like, so you can kind of find your spot relative to how that wind is blowing and the cloud conditions. So that's kind of fishing like that today. We'll see how that pans out for us. Seems like this would be a good place to throw the speed worm as well. Well, that was a small bite at least. Very small bite. All right, so the first area was pretty good. I was able to catch that one on the fluke, that was okay, and I was able to get bit on the speed worm. I think if I was to spend more time over there, I would be able to catch more, but I'm gonna let that area go. I'm gonna go across the lake. There are some docks over here that I like to skip. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to skip them because the water is so high out here. So I'm gonna run over here, see if that's gonna be a viable option for a possible out next week. I really like skipping docks. That's one of my confidence techniques. So I'm gonna go over here, see if there's anything even available to skip, and then kind of go from there. I think that the speed worm and fluke should work over here as well. So I left the fluke tied on for right now. That's my fluke rod and my skipping rod. So I'm gonna go over here, kind of see what the lay of the land is, and go from there. All right, I made it over to the other side of the lake, and skipping is going to be tough. As expected, I was optimistic that maybe there was a few docks over here that were going to be able to be skipped. There still might be. Hey, wow, these bass boats are running and gunning this morning. I don't know if there's a tournament out here or what. So I just tied on that Wacky Rig again. Let's see if we can skip some of these docks. Normally, I like a good 3 or 4 inches underneath the dock to comfortably skip. Right now, there's about 2 or 3. So let's see if I can get underneath here. Alright, skipping docks, at least on Idlewild today, not happening. Alright, I want to head back over to the other side of the lake. I really don't like what I'm seeing over here. It'd be nice to be able to put another one in the boat. Let's try going the speed worm around a little bit. See if we can convince one to bite here. Honestly, this is probably what I'll spend a lot of time with on tournament day. This and a fluke. Well, there was no little bite. And I mean little. It's a fish. It's a drop shot fish. All right. Thank you, buddy. Grass just dies off all of a sudden. Creates this little pocket. Or 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna need to just go exploring for a little bit, see if maybe there's any docks over in Hartridge that are going to be able to be skipped. Alright, so that could have gone better, but we were able to put 2 in the boat. I know what I'm going to be doing most of the morning now. I am going to be fishing with a speed worm and fishing with a fluke for most of the morning. And then it seems like there was that little area where I may be able to catch 1 or 2 on the drop shot if I really pick it through thoroughly. Right now I am going to go over to Hartridge and see if there's any docks that I can skip over there. In the past I've done well skipping docks, but right now the water's just so high, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually skip docks or not. I don't think we're supposed to have a lot of rain over the next week, and they are opening up the dam on Lulu, so maybe some of the water will drop an inch or 2 and I'll be able to skip under some of these docks. So let me go over here. You gotta check a few docks out. I got maybe about another hour and then I'm heading out. So maybe we can put something together over here. I'll see you over on Hartridge. I'm gonna take all the poles down this time. This wind is blowing mostly out of the north right now, and I'm on the most southern end of the lake, so that wind's going to be kicking. Alright, so made it through the canal. I'm going to just cut across here real quick and see what the docks look like. I sure do hope that some of them are fishable. The wind is kicking. So unfortunately it is at my back. We will do the best we can. See if there are any fish underneath this dock. Try to pick this dock apart real quick and then move on. See if any of the other docks are able to be fished. Oh man, that was a fish. Come on. Well, got bit skipping. Let's just try 1 or 2 of these and then get out of here. All right, pre-fish is over. We were able to find a few baits that worked: the fluke, the speed worm, and the drop shot. Speed worm got bit, didn't land any with it. Also eliminated a lot of water. We're gonna be sticking over on Idlewild. We're not coming over here to Hartridge. There's too much pepper grass and I cannot fish this efficiently with this pedal drive. I'm getting stuck way too much. If need be, if Idlewild isn't producing fish by afternoon time, I may make the trip over here, but hopefully I don't have to. So it was good that we were able to find some baits that worked and able to catch some on multiple baits, so we have options on tournament day. If you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button while you're at it. Stay tuned for tournament day, and I'll see you then.